David Foster, Katherine McPhee, and Cat live concert at Rutherford Richard Hill.
Superstar. I am going to join you tonight. So David, with your permission, count me in.
You know what? The guy is free every night, so I don't see why we shouldn't have to play. Come on, Kenny. Go, Kenny. Not who you think it is. She started her own Netflix show. I made a fatal mistake with her. I introduced her to Andre Bocelli 5 years ago. He stole her. She sings with him everywhere. She's coming to Florida, I think, next month, this month, with Andrea, so you can see her there. She's a magnificent singer. Please welcome Pia Toscano.
Hi.
Sorry? Oh, my wife was the runner.
I finished like 9th.
Oh.
No, but it was wonderful. It was a good elimination.
You finished 9th?
Yeah. Should I leave?
Look who gets the last laugh. Touring with Bocelli. Doing all this great stuff. So, can we do the song?
Yes. The whispers in the morning, love is sleeping tonight. I'm holding back life undenied. As I look in your eyes, I hold on to your body. Right down all night through, where you can cry me a river, cry me a river, and I cry a river. You told me, nearly told me out of my head. Why you never said the tear when I cried a river. You say you're alone.
Remember how jumping this place was when we were here last year?
Yes, I
It's
do.
an amazing crowd.
We kind of had high expectations, to be honest. It's lovely to be here with all of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's lovely to be up here on stage with you,
Well, it's
Mr.
just
Buck.
incredible to be here with you.
We were trying to pretend like we had a fight or something before I came out.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. Sometimes we do.
We had a fight on that freeway yesterday.
It's really wild. I've heard you've been sort of behaving yourself up here. I've heard a couple
I said one the F word once.
Yeah. Well, just be prepared, everyone, for a few more.
Fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck shit. Just get it out of my system.
Well, anybody. Wow, he's such a grown man. Well, for those of you who didn't know, the reason why we're up here on stage is because we do like to be together. Thank you for the scoring. We met about 17 years ago, and was on, similar to Thea, I was a contestant on American Idol. Chubby and tearful contestant, as I like to say.
Oh, there you are.
There I am. I called my mom and I said, "You're never going to believe who's the guest mentor this week. It's Andrea Bocelli and this producer, David Foster." I don't think I know who he is. But then that week I went on to sing one of his songs. Simon said I should never sing it again.
Simon's a dick.
You're actually very good friends with him. So
I know, I think he's great.
Yeah, he's great.
He's mostly right, but he was wrong about
I
that.
think he was, well,
And then he apologized to you next week.
he
on the
did
show.
apologize, but I mean, he might have been right.
No.
Anyway, so David and I have a long history. We came off of that show. He did my first single for me, and I mean, as you guys saw in that little video we showed at the beginning of the show, We did charity events together. We vacationed together with significant others, if you can believe that.
They've all done that.
David's a little chubby and cheerful himself there. So I'm not sure which divorce that was, but... This one was so good. But we had a really great friendship. We're good colleagues, and then one day, what, are you going to add anything? One day it all changed, right?
Well, you know, I went to your wedding.
Yes. Actually, you've been at both my weddings.
That's true.
And I was invited to one of your weddings. Then we eventually ended up at each other's weddings. So
And there we are.
There we are.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, yeah, Mike Ravenhill, who's
Here tonight, the chairman of my CEO of my foundation.
That's
He married us in London, and it was great. And here we are. And you know, it's funny because we said we're not going to do any press because you know the press finds us mildly interesting because there's a slight age difference. I don't know why, but I think that's interesting.
Yeah, it's like when we started dating 5 years ago, we said, you know, we're not going to do any red carpets, no press, no interviews, and then cut to 5 years later, we did like a Christmas album. If there was a tree to be lit last
We were there.
We were there, we lit it.
Oh, by the way, we named our Christmas album Christmas Song. Do you want to know why?
Alexa, play Christmas songs. It didn't work.
Didn't work.
It didn't work.
Good
You
idea.
try it. You can try it next Christmas, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the crazy things, I'll get back on track, one of the crazy things we've done as a you know, now couple, was a show called The Masked Singer.
3 people.
3 people.
They're too sophisticated.
Too sophisticated, right? We said no about 10 times to the show. We really didn't want to, you know, dress up in these funky...
Sound more like Celine Dion. By the way, she does a great Celine Dion impression. It's really, really great. I think it's really good.
Well...
You don't want to do it yet.
Sort of sounds like it. Sorry, okay. What's the song? For all those times... Takes me some time to get into it. For all the truth that you made me see. For all the joy of eternal life. For all the wrongs that you made right. For every dream you made come true. For all the love you found in you.
I produced that song, but I made you do an extra lick on it. You gotta go do the last line.
For all the love you found in you. Oh well.
Yes.
So the next song we're going to do is a song that I first recorded. It was my first song I ever recorded as a professional recording artist coming off of American Idol. And it was, they hired David to produce this song. 17 years ago. I remember driving up to David's beautiful Malibu palace.
Oh, there it is. Corey bought a picture of the house.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Can you believe that?
My
It's
ex-wife
beautiful.
now owns that house.
I
She's happy.
Funny, I drove there in my little Honda Civic and then beautiful place.
I own a Honda Civic now.
There it is. Yeah. Anyway, this is the beautiful song that we recorded, and it's kind of a signature song that has followed me all these years. And now I get to do it with you on stage.
Love it.
When all clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from you and away to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain.
seat.
But not this time. That was really good.
I confess, David, I'm producing a song right now inspired by you, and I would love to get a chance to meet you after the show. Can we do that?
Well, let me ask my wife. Can we do that?
Katherine,
yes.
please.
For 2 seconds, okay?
Yes.
JD?
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Okay, that was great. By the way, it's a great ovation you got, and rightfully so, but I want to point out one thing. You didn't write that song. I've been up here doing shit I wrote.
Yes.
And then, yeah. Okay, good luck to all of us.
Yes.
To the fire, to the limit, to the wall.
Whoa!
For a chance to be with you, I gladly risk it all. Through the fire, through whatever comes what may. For a chance to love with you, I take it
Everybody needs a little time away. Now, hold me now. It's hard to say I'm sorry. I just want you to know. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise you. And after all that's been said and done, you're still a part of me. I can't let go. Wow. Nice. So around that same time, Peter and I were doing those songs from Chicago. I was also producing Kenny Rogers.
You're the inspiration.
Bring me into my life.
You're the inspiration.
Wanna have you near me?
Wanna have you near me, say it.
Wanna need you more than I need. Beautiful singing. Well, if you came here last year to see me, I talked about this next little thing last year, but I'm going to do it again because it's important to my.
watching her on her season and thinking, oh geez, I hope David doesn't see her because he won't use me. That is a true story. I had like a full panic.
You and I could have been married.
Get out of here right
Sweetheart, sweetheart, I wasn't interested in you at that time. Okay?
Neither was Leo.
Anyway, neither was he. Another similarity we have is we both love, I mean, you heard my impersonation of Celine. It's really because I just love her so much. You and I both were influenced by her so much, thanks to David bringing her to lead the whole world. But we were exchanging text messages a couple months ago, and she said, I found this thing on TikTok, and it's a really cute, well, it's very David, so if you want to chime in and tell them a little backstory.
Well, it's a story about, I couldn't believe that she talked about it on the Andy.
Totally.
Yeah.
Bravo.
So there's a song I did with her called All By Myself, and I decided I wanted to make a great moment in this song with a super high note that really, in my opinion, made it the hit that it was. It was really the shining moment. Celine, I made her do it 8 times. She hated me that day. She went hoarse. She had to go to the doctor, the whole thing. If you ever read her book, on page 37 and page 38, she devotes 2 pages to what a dick I was in the studio. But I got results. However, this clip, it explains it.
David Foster calls me, and I was in Montreal. He was in California, in Malibu. I arrived to the studio. He says, you're gonna freak. It's so amazing. But he said, I have a little surprise for you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he plays me the track, When I Was Young. And it starts, and it's so beautiful. And then he said, wait at the bridge. I did a little something. And then the key that we had agreed on, he changed it to a key and a half for the modulation. And I was like, is that the final, the key that finishes is the key that we chose, right? No, it says it's a key and a half higher.
Oh my God.
But I said, David, how could you do that?
Right.
Well, he said, if you can't do it, there's other singers and things that can. And that's all I needed to hit the note.
Ricordarci che
stars go out
l'eterna stella sei nella mia preghiera. Quanta fede c'è in nessuna place, kindness in your grace, keep us faith so with me today. Sogniamo un giorno senza violenza, un mondo di giustizia e di speranza. Ogni
Thank you.